What's up, Pride Nation? Back at you with another video on today. This is Raw Detroit. Make sure you guys hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, and do not miss an upload. All right, guys, let's get into it. We're going to talk about cornerback Jeffrey Okudah on today because definitely I've been wanting to talk about Okudah for a minute, and today I finally get that opportunity. All right, guys, we want to talk about Okudah, and there's three things that I pretty much listed is some of the things that I want to cover in this video. The untapped potential of Jeffrey Okudah that he has not tapped in yet. And number two, is he a boom or bust? Number three, can Okudah bounce back in 2022? Now, these are all things that that I'm talking about in this video. And one thing I got to say first off is Okudah, when you look at him, I know that the Lions drafted him to be that lockdown corner. But right now, it's not really panning out like the Lions probably thought that it would. Definitely, he was supposed to be ahead of the class with the cornerbacks that was drafted in the class. He was supposed to be the #1 guy being taken out of Ohio State. We know that Ohio State definitely is known for corners coming into the league and playing pretty well. Ohio State and LSU have been known for bringing in defensive backs that can come in and play right away. And pretty much you probably thought the same thing with Jeffrey Okudah, that he was going to be a guy that you can plug and play and a guy that was going to very well replace Pro Bowl cornerback Darius Slay, who ended up getting traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, with that being said, pretty much Jeffrey Okudah, the jury is still out on what type of corner he is truly going to be. Some say that he should move to the safety. There's just been a lot of speculation and a lot of talk on Jeffrey Okudah. Now, pretty much Okudah says that he's a corner and he's not going to move to safety. And I don't think that the Lions are trying to move him to safety. But if that can revive his career or save his career, I say, hey, do whatever you got to do to make sure that you can get the most out of this pick. Because so far, Jeffrey Okudah has been kind of a letdown to fans. We understand that injuries happen and things of that nature. When he first started off, man, I'm thinking like this dude was going to be box office, especially when I saw him against the Arizona Cardinals and he was making plays in that game. And he had an interception against D-Hop. And I was thinking like, man, okay, Jeffrey Okudah is really going to take off. But then when you look back and you think about some of the players that was drafted in the same draft as him, pretty much you're wondering why they passed up on some of those guys and took Okudah #3 overall. There was a lot of speculation about why wasn't Isaiah Simmons drafted. Why didn't the Lions take Justin Herbert? Some people wanted Tua and things of that nature. It was a lot of different talk, Derek Brown as well. There's a lot of different talk that was out there. But the Lions decided in that draft to pick Jeffrey Okudah #3 overall. And pretty much when you're drafting a corner that high, you're thinking that this guy is going to make an immediate impact. And pretty much from looking at him in that first game, I thought that the Lions really had them a lockdown corner that was going to be able to shut his side down or just be able to go wherever the #1 receiver is at or whoever he has to cover. He'll be there to blanket those guys. But pretty much it's been a letdown so far with Jeffrey Okudah. And when you talk about boom or bust, you're talking about, do Jeffrey Okudah have what it takes to be able to cover guys? You see him covering guys and getting lost in the sauce out there. And pretty much a lot of guys was burning him on one-on-ones and stuff like that. And then, you think about the injuries that happen. Year one, he gets injured that season. And then last season ended up rupturing his Achilles tendon. And that pretty much had him out for the whole entire year. Now you're looking at year 3, which is the year that you're supposed to judge the player. You finally take a look and say, look, this is what we drafted and this is what we're getting out of this player. And when you look at where Okudah is at, I'm happy that he's healthy right now. And I hope that he can remain healthy for the whole entire season. But the biggest thing is what type of player is Okudah going to be? And can he truly bounce back and play the lockdown corner position for the Detroit Lions? Right now, if I had to say it, Amani Oruwariye has definitely lived up to being a steal on the team. When the Lions drafted him 5th overall, you pretty much thought that Amani was going to be, I thought Amani was going to be taken in the 2nd round because he was projected to go in the second round, but he ended up getting drafted and was a steal for the Detroit Lions and has made a lot of plays for the Lions. Whether or not people want to give him credit for his interceptions, whatever it may be, Amani Oruwariye has been a steal for the Detroit Lions, especially drafting him in the 5th round. Now, pretty much, if you look at it right now, I would have Amani Oruwariye being charted as the #1 corner on his team. But is it fair to Jeffrey Okudah? Well, no, not really, because you really got to see what Jeffrey Okudah looks like in a full season, and the Lions have really not had that yet. So this season, I want to know, and I know the jury is out, and the Lions fans want to know if Jeffrey Okudah is the real deal, or do they have to draft another corner next season. Now, I know the Lions did draft another corner and Chase Lucas this season and things of that nature. And we know the injury that happened to Jerry Jacobs as well. He was balling out until he got injured. But the jury is out on whether or not Jeffrey Okudah is a boom or a bust. So, I'm rooting for Okudah to have a great season for the Lions. But I think the Lions defense don't go if this guy doesn't play great in the secondary. You need Okudah out there making plays with Amani. You need the defense to be transformed and for those guys to take the next step to get to the next level to make this Detroit Lions defense even better in 2022. Now, if he is able to tap into that untapped potential and come out and ball out and play some good football for the Lions, then you can say whether or not this kid is a boom or bust. But right now, the jury is out. We don't know what type of corner Jeffrey Okudah is. We haven't really seen a lot of him on film. He's been hurt for a whole entire season. So now you go into this season hoping that you can get the most out of the number 3 pick overall in the 2020 NFL draft class. So I would like to see this dude make an impact. I know you as a fan, you want to see him make an impact. But really, can he really live up to the billing of being drafted 3rd overall? Because normally when you're drafted that high, you are a guy that's going to come in and make an immediate impact with your team. And for Jeff Okudah, he has not been able to make that impact. He has not been able to carry the load in the secondary. Pretty much that's been left up to Amani Oruwariye having to step up and play some good football for the Lions and make some plays for the Lions. So to me, Jeffrey Okudah, if he can bounce back and have like a 4 or 5 interceptions this season coming up, I think that would be great. And I think that would propel him to get to the next level. If he can be any type of help and if he can get better with being able to guard guys better, I think that would be beneficial to him as well. Because the jury is out on what type of corner he is. He's supposed to come in to be this lockdown corner. And when you look at him on film, you don't see that. You see him trailing behind guys a lot and not being able to really stay with guys. And if you can't stay with guys as a corner, then you probably need to slide over to the safety spot. You might be a better safety than you are a corner. So I would love to see Okudah tap into that untapped potential. I know you as a fan want to see whether or not he is a legit boom or bust. And you want to know as well, can he bounce back in 2022? And everything is up to him, man. Everything is up to Okudah to go out there and play well and perform well. We just can't say what we think that he's going to do. He has to go out there and do it. He has to live up to the billing of being that number 3 pick overall. And that's one thing that's going to be tremendously hard to bounce back this season and to recover. And he can recover. But it's going to take time. And we got to take time with him as well. So I want to see if Jeffrey Okudah has what it takes to play the cornerback position. If not, maybe the Lions should consider sliding him to a safety spot. But you just never know. We never know. Maybe he might be good being a nickel corner or something like that. But right now, the jury is out on one Mr. Jeffrey Okudah. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.